Give it just a few seconds here as we let everyone sign on real quickly. Okay, all right. I think we'll get started. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Dana Reeves, and I work with WT Cox Information Services, and we are excited to introduce Zendy to you today. Over the past several months, we've had the chance to share Zendy with librarians at both the Charleston Conference and ERNL, and the response was incredible. There was a lot of interest in how Zendy approaches discovery and access in a way that aligns with how today's researchers and students actually search for and interact with scholarly content. Today, we are very fortunate to have Carmen Carden with us. Carmen is the co-founder and CEO of Zendy, and he'll be walking us through the platform, the vision behind it, and how libraries in the U.S. can begin exploring it for their communities. Rod is also joining us. This is a CTO, and will be showing us the platform. So before we get started, just a couple of quick housekeeping notes. Today's session will be recorded, so we'll be able to share it with you afterwards. Feel free to use the chat if you have any comments throughout the presentation. And we also reserve time at the end for question and discussion. So Carmen, thank you again for joining us today, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Dana. So I'm Cameron Cardan. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zendy. Very happy to be here today and to take you through our journey with Zendy. So I've got a few slides to start with, and then after that, just to set the context, give you a little bit of background about the platform and Zendy, how it was created. And then what I will do is I will move to the live demo. And what I will do is I'll take you some of the features of the Zendy's AI discovery and assistant, where it also has the capability for you to customize and to take control. So through an admin panel. So Rodrigo, my colleague, will take over there and will take you through the admin panel. And if there's any questions at the end, we'll be more than happy to take them forward. So I come from the publishing world. I used to work with over 22 years in the industry. I used to work for Oxford University Press for many years, and I later moved to the agency front, and I had the privilege of working with basically almost all the larger, medium, small publishers in providing digital library technology with the content. So working very closely with libraries, with consortiums, and setting up the library and the discovery journey. I've gone through the federated search era to the discovery and the summons and the EDSs and the primos. And I've also always had an interest in open access business models. So looking at the global challenges of accessibility and discoverability gave the idea to create Zendy. So it's a research digital library available worldwide with the aim of breaking down the barriers to accessibility and discoverability in partnership with the content providers and the publishers. So it started as a B2C platform. We're approaching 1 million users. It's available in basically every country and territory. The only country that I haven't seen any users from has been North Korea, but I believe they're cut off from the internet. So that explains why there's not even a single user coming from there. It's providing the content from many of the publishers that are out there on an individual basis. So that was the birth of Zendy and how it was created. So at the beginning, the idea was to see how can we make sure that more individuals can have access to scholarly literature with all the paywalls and all the content being behind paywalls and not available to various individuals. The whole idea was to come up with a model where an individual, regardless if the institution has access or if they are part of a university, they can find relevant scholarly literature. So we started validating the business model in a few countries. Very soon, based on our mission to really democratize access to the research, we create an open access platform. Throughout that journey, after testing many of the existing discovery services, we realized the limitations and we decided to build our own search engine. So this was a two-year project. So we built our own search engine from scratch. Then came the shift to AI, and because we were working with the publishers, because we were licensing the content from the publishers, it really gave us the possibility to very quickly deliver a suite of tools, empowering the users to be able to use the latest AI tools for that research. And since last year, we launched our first B2B model where institutions can also start subscribing to the platform. However, we saw that the power comes in customization, and there are different AI requirements for different institutions. So we also added another dimension of providing customized solutions for libraries, which I'll explain a bit later. So one of these tools that we created is a next generation discovery, which we call Zendy AI Discovery, which we'll be mainly demoing today. But just to give you some background on the contest, and first our leadership team from coming from different countries, and three of us, myself, Lizette, and Rodrigo, are here today to support this demo. So back to the discovery and what was the idea. So if we look at today's landscape, so really users using the traditional search, they really need to know what exactly they're searching. And the whole search for keywords, does, it you need to go through different stages and processes. Many of the newer generations, they have moved away from search and they are asking questions, and the traditional search engines cannot handle these questions. If you see even on Google now, when you search for something, automatically the AI starts giving back some results from the AI perspective. So there's a generational shift in terms of moving away from traditional searching to question-based queries. And of course, the results are just based on similarity. There's no reasoning, there's no guidance. And in general, the filters and the facets that we've always been used to, they add complexity and they're not adding clarity and they're not making the process easy. And of course, if we just focus on the generic AI tools, the data is not controlled. There might be some academic content, but there's a lot of content from the World Wide Web as well, which does not necessarily provide you with the right answers and the right answers that require the references. So what does the AI discovery do? It takes that journey and it moves it towards a guided and intelligent discovery. So first of all, it's based on what you search. It is aware of your intent and it understands and helps you and supports you with giving the context and meaning to your search. And it's based on trusted resources because it's connected to the resources that the library is providing to. It's not just based on the World Wide Web. It's not based on the internet. It's based on your resources, whatever you set. And basically, it's all available on one platform, and you can link and you can make sure to have that seamless experience with by integrating, libkey, SFX, to take you directly to the full text. Now, what are the benefits of having this AI discovery embedded is you can basically scale. It's not publisher agnostic. So you can connect it to your discovery tool, you can connect it to your repository, you can connect it to your LibGuides, to your OPAC, catalog. Basically, There's no limit in terms of the connectors because it's using an agentic platform. You basically take control and you can scale it to make sure that it covers all your various collections that you have. Now, talking about the full content control, you don't hand over any data or any publisher data. There's no storage taking place. It's basically simply an AI layer or an AI lens on top of your library. When it comes to the integration, it's really, really simple. It's just a few lines of script and it's embedded into your homepage. So basically, imagine having your search box and saying ask AI, and this will trigger the AI-enabled discovery. The good thing is you can configure the tone if you want to, the depth, the refinement, the strategy, the agent behavior. So it's giving you that prompting power. In terms of the UI, is also customizable, that you can match your branding colors and so on and so forth. And the whole idea is the pricing is also very transparent. There's no hidden fees. It's a one-time setup cost. It's an API subscription, and then there's a fixed pricing per a connection that we add onto the platform. Um, of course, all the tools that we've built. So day one, handling AI, we shared our intent with the world by sharing our AI imperatives. So we were one of the first companies that shared its intention in using AI. And from day one, we've gone through the licensing route. So whatever is also on Zendy, its AI platform over there, we have used licensed content, and constantly we're adding more and more publishers. I don't think any other provider has the number of publishers that we have, but we have agreements with over 14 publishers, and this is growing on a daily basis. And some names like Wiley, IEEE, we're about to sign with Taylor and Francis as well. So these are data sources that are already embedded into Zendy. Uh, it's not related to the discovery platform because, as I said, that's publisher agnostic, but it's just showing our approach and our methodology in handling AI. So the whole idea is to unify all the various subscriptions. Today's AI world is very crowded. There's so many there's AI companies popping up right and left, and all of them are promising the world. But to be able to give that power to the library and to be able to have full control over the tone of the discovery and how it works is really, really, really important. So I mentioned the admin portal will show it as well, but the whole idea is to be able to set the profile, very easily to see where it would be embedded into your platform. You can manage the prompt in terms of the tone, the depth, refinement, strategy, agent behavior, all of these things, and you can preview the widget the way that you want in terms of font size, what it's called, the naming, style, color, so on and so forth. So again, as I mentioned, it's giving the control back to the library. So I talked about AI discovery. Another option that we have is configuring an AI assistant. So basically, what the AI assistant is, and I'll just briefly show, is adding a conversational experience for any collection, content, or any part of your library, or even the full library. So let's imagine you're not looking for the discovery and you just want the AI assistant to guide your users through your platforms, or you would want an AI interaction with a your repository or a specialized connection, or basically everything that exists in the library. We can build that assistant as well, which would look and feel different from the discovery because that's the search. So that is the other way that we can customize the use of AI within your library or institution. And of course, when it comes to the AI use, there are multiple ways that we can do this. I have one more slide, and then we'll go into the demo. So if I just want to summarize, all our services in one slide. So on the first section, you can have access to Zendy and use the AI tools over there. Easy. The other second option is if you have not invested in a digital library or full robust discovery solution, and you basically want to unify all your collections, you can actually use Zendy, and we can customize and add your collections to the existing Zendy interface, right? So it means that it's the Zendy platform with your adding your subscriptions on top of that. So when you search, it will search all your subscriptions, and I'll link through to the full text, and I'll give you the AI tools as well. The second, so to the right, the assistant and the discovery, these are the customized or enterprise solutions. So AI assistants will be the chat experience on your platform. The AI discovery would be that AI lens on top of your resources. So without any further ado, if there are no questions, I'll go directly to the demo so we can have a look at what I'll focus on the discovery, and if there's time, the assistant. So yeah, are there any questions so far?
See any questions in the chat.
Okay, so I'll go directly to the AI Discovery. So this is a demo platform that we've created for this purpose. And basically, it will show you the embedding that you can add to your website and how this can be added to your own platform. So this is how the widget would be working. So once it's on your platform and you start your search, for example, computer vision. Let me trigger the AI search. Um, so the look and feel and the colors, as I mentioned, these could be customized, but over here it's saying that the computer vision is quite broad. Do you want to narrow it down? Um, let's say I would like to understand more about computer vision for autonomous vehicles. So then this is triggering the discovery, and it's connecting to all the multiple sources, whether it's your catalog, your discovery tool, your repository, any source of information. You might have API keys to some of your databases. All of these can be connected to your discovery, and it will go through all of these, analyze, and give you back results from a summary of the results which are closest to the search that you have created. Of course, because it's live and it's going through all these different sections, it sometimes takes some time, but this is normal for the agentic behavior. There we go. So it's giving back the answers, and it's giving you a summary, a conversation of your search. So basically, it's giving like, okay, the search results are highly relevant to your query for autonomous vehicles. It's covering these topics. You can easily refine the search even more further. So what's the role of machine learning in it? What are the environmental factors? Or you can add some context to refine your results yourself. Over here, based on the search results that are coming from the different sections, if it's the catalog, the knowledge base, very quickly by hovering over it, it will show the summary. You can, by site, you will copy the citation so it can go directly into your citation manager. And for example, you would want to have the explanation. So just by clicking on explain or gather the details depending on your full text availability. So, once this is set up, so this one is saying, yeah, okay, I don't have full text access. Let me try another one. There we go. So it's giving an explanation. What are the research questions? What are the methodology, key findings, limitations? And you can actually listen to it as well if that there is difficulty or prefer to listen to the, the the result. So it provides you with citation, explanation, summarize, or you found a relevant article and it will find similar articles and it will trigger a new search. based on that. Um, Very quickly, you can first of all, you can search and you can interact in any language. So, for example, I could search for autonomously in Spanish or in any language with the library. The system automatically changes it to English, conducts your search, and provides you back with a result. But then the conversation would be in the language of your preference. Now, if you want the interface to look different, you can actually select the language of your interface. And for example, if I change to, for example, conversation, the history of the conversation, all of these items, or the next, or uh, the different labels will change their languages, and this could be saved. So it's basically very, very simple. And again, the number of results that it's sharing, it can be set in the admin portal. So it will give you control over what those languages are. You can continue with the conversation, as I mentioned, and it will always give you the conversation history. Let's say if you're not happy with the screen, you can change it to full screen and it will give you that full search experience. And anytime that you close, it will take you back to the library. So it's really simple, intuitive, but the most important thing that it's accurate and it's based on your own results, regardless of where they're coming. So it's really guiding through that experience. So imagine now there's no need for filters or facets anymore. If you say that I would want to see the latest article from most recent years, or I want to search you add a little bit more of context, or I want to look for these authors. So all these items that you have, you just simplify and you add it to the conversation. So it makes that whole experience very, very easy and intuitive. Now, there are a couple of things that we're also launching very soon. And one of those items is deep research. By once you've conducted a search and you're not happy with the summary, or for example, you want to group a certain number of articles that you have, and you can trigger that deep research, and it will be giving you the full analysis that is going into production. And hopefully by the next demo, we'll be able to show you that feature as well. Are there any questions so far?
Yeah, Cameron, we have one. This
Yeah.
is around open access resources that we have on Zendy as
Mhm.
resource. Anita would like to know, how do we vet the open access resources to exclude predatory journals, or is this more AI oriented?
That's a very good question, and that goes back to how we're working with Zendy. So when it comes to open access, even for the open access content, we have gone on a journey of licensing the content from the publishers directly. So, and this is on a growing basis. So, we do have access to the multiple OA sources that are available out there. However, whenever we add an agreement for the publisher with the publisher, there's many benefits to that, including enhanced metadata, the relevancy, the up to date, being up to date, and that sort of trust element and the trust markers. Now, trust markers are also another element that is really crucial and important to Zendy, and we're in the process of in the Zendy knowledge base integrating some of these trust markers, like the retraction watch. We are also in conversations with Cabels, which they have the live list of portions towards some of the predatory journals. And these features would be embedded very soon into the platform throughout that agreement, that either when you're questioning, you're asking through AI, it will give you caution that this might be predatory, or basically there will be markers that they can guide you with the trust. However, on this discovery widget that is added on the platform, you control what content goes into it. So if you've included something into your own catalog, we will include it. So as I mentioned at the beginning, this widget is publisher agnostic. What we are doing with the trust markers is on the Zendy. You do have the option to connect to the Zendy knowledge base as well, which will give you it's the 14 publishers that I mentioned, plus the world of OA content. So that is where some of these filters can be applied. But really, really good question. And it's basically one of the most important topics. So at the moment, to have the trust markers embedded into the platform.
Great. This was the only question so far, but I think it'd be great if in the chat or anywhere else, you would also like to share what you think of this discovery tool. I think I'd be very excited to hear what you think of
Yeah,
this.
feedback. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly now link to the admin portal. And before I do that, I'll just quickly show the AI assistant just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So as you can see, this is an AI research assistant. So it will trigger a chatbot experience where, again, you start asking your questions and it'll interact with your content. So it's different from the discovery experience where it's giving you the results, you filter, you manage, you trigger. This is basically an assistant that is used for the library. I'll go back to the presentation and I'll open the admin portal. Rodrigo, do you want to take over and talk about the admin portal?
Absolutely. Let me share my screen.
Stop.
All right. So this part will be a little bit more technical. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. As Cameron was explaining, this is a discovery service, AI powered. So behind the scenes, what happens is that this is an agentic architecture, meaning there are a lot of AI models behind the scenes working together to provide all the information that you see there. There is like an input guard that will classify the intent, will know what you're trying to do, will ask you for clarifications, for example, or will tell you that to ask you to be more precise in your search term. And there are like models that interpret the output of the results. There are different agents that are connected. So the way we work is we work with the customer or the institution, and we will set up all the agents, the connection, whether we connect to your own resources or we connect to different type of services. We can provide, as Cameron was mentioning, our own knowledge base as well. And all this will be available for the admins. We will provide you with credentials to have to log into the admin portal. And if you need it, we will set up obviously all the agents, but you can change the tone and the behavior of each and every agent involved, if you want to, of course. Perhaps you want it to talk in certain way, you want the agent to introduce himself in a certain way, or you want the agent to answer specific questions. All of that, you can set the behaviors of each agent. So, for example, as I was explaining, the input analysis is here. So you can tweak how it analyzes the input, right, of all the of any intent of the user when it's trying to carry out a search. So all of these agents are available, and it's pretty straightforward to edit. You can just build or change things on top of the current agent behavior in order to customize to your own needs. In addition to that, you can also customize the look and feel. We have what we call the theme editor. So you can customize pretty much everything that you see. You can change the colors, the text. You can change, for example, even the image, the logo here, anything. So you can change the color of the font, the type of font, the header, and everything will be applied immediately, including the prompts behavior, etc., will be applied immediately into your already embedded site, discovery service, sorry. So yeah, that is pretty much in a nutshell. It's just that we give you all the flexibility for you to tweak the behavior of the models, and also to customize the look and feel of the discovery service, AI-based discovery service, in order to match the look and feel of your website. Not sure if anyone has any questions about it.
I just saw one. Can you share any names of libraries who have already deployed Zendy, whose interfaces we could take a look at? So I think, Rodrigo, we can show Khalifa maybe, or we have a trial at the moment with an American university. I don't know if they're okay if we share that demo page. We can definitely show the one from Khalifa, I think.
Cameron?
Yeah, so basically, this is really, really, really new. So this is basically, as they say, like hot out of the press. And many universities, for example, we are having discussions with some universities in the US, in the UK, in the UAE, and at the moment, all are setting up the demo accounts and they're going through the process. So the way it works is we set up a trial instance based on an agreement. And when everything is set up and when you are happy with the results and how it's set up and how it's configured, then basically you have the option to continue, and that will trigger the agreement. Or basically you could basically take that as a trial and then not continue. So all the conversations that we're having right now are at that demo stage. So if you would like to set up a demo instance for your institution, with, for example, with your discovery, with your API, with your requirements, then we are more than happy to do so. But in terms of the look and feel, yeah, this is what Rodrigo is showing right now, that you can select the color, the background, the look and feel. And so if you want to launch an AI discovery, there's currently 3 routes, right? One is that you change your whole library platform and you go to an AI-based discovery. The second option is to use and to subscribe to some of the existing tools where they have some of the content, where Zendy is one of the options. Each of those require, their existing contracts. It's a lengthy process, but this embedding is basically giving you the power that without any major changes to your library, the current format, the current setting, the current agreements, to add that AI layer. So without any changes to the platform, it's simply an embedding. So it's similar to, there was a library tool, I'm trying to remember the name, where they connected, and it was a widget that was added to a website. It was a company that was acquired by Sage, and then recently it was acquired by another I think if it wasn't libkey, but again, it's the same as that. So it's basically simply an embedding. So we don't have to really fully customize. We can do that. We can build a full platform, but we believe that this is the quickest way to launch a safe, controlled AI-powered experience to the library patrons. So, Rodrigo, do you want to go through the other?
Which one, sorry?
Yeah, do you want to continue with the
Um,
customization?
no, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Okay. Great. I'll just go back to the slides then. Do you want to stop sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, so that's it. That's the final stage. And as I mentioned, if there's any specific requirements or questions for your institution, currently there are several universities that are demoing it, and we're having conversations with some consortiums as well. So if you've got any specific requirements from your side, feel free to reach out to WT Cox, and we can arrange a follow-up meeting, or we can share any further details that are needed. Yeah, and I thank you very much for listening. So we're open to any questions that you might have.
Don't see any other questions in the Q&A or in the chat, so I think we can end this session for now, and anyone can follow up with Dana or their representative from WT Cox if they're interested to learn more. Maybe have a demo for your group, or there might be an AI working group in your university, or you might be part of a consortia where you want to share what you have seen. And we're very open to those conversations, so do reach out to Dana and the team.
Yes, I'm going to just put my email here in the chat real quick.
Perfect.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all so much. This was wonderful. It's so great to see everything and all the changes that are happening very quickly. So we're very excited about this product and what it's going to do for our US library. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this today.
Thank you. A pleasure. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.